Welcome back to the airfield. It's another beautiful day here in England, lovely and sunny. In today's video we're going to be showing you two different ways to pack up a paramotor wing. We're going to show you the most common way, which is to rose up the wing into kind of a dome and pack it away into a stuff sack. And we're also going to be showing you how to actually fold the wing properly, how to concertina it up, which you might use if you're going to go travelling, you want to pack it into a suitcase. Or maybe you just want to pack it into a rucksack if you can go for a hike or maybe a free flight as well. So both really useful techniques, both have different uses. We're going to show you both of them today. So let's jump right in. Cool, so Paul's out there kiting the Nucleon at the moment. I've got the Solo. Now, one of the benefits of the rosing up method, which is kind of how this is at the moment, is that when you get your wing out of the stuff sack, you can throw it out into wind, and with minimal tweaking, you can then usually kite it from that spot into a full wing. You might have to do it in a couple of goes. Low wind today. There she goes. So if you're lazy and you want an easy way to lay out your wing, that is a great way to do it. Throw it out from a ball, kite it into position, and then your A's are in, you're ready to go. All you've got to do is usually just flip over this. The other benefit is where I've kited that, it's perfectly laid out now in a horseshoe shape for me to take off. It's into wind already, it's got its kind of maximum shape, maximum efficient shape for taking off now. And if I was going to launch, I'd literally just pick up from there, hook myself in, and you'll see it's going to inflate beautifully, turn itself into wind, and it's ready to go. So that really is, a great benefit of actually using using the rosing method. It makes it very quick and easy when you do actually want to go. So the first step to actually packing up a wing is actually making sure it's laid out properly. So you want to make sure that none of your lines are over the leading edge. It's nice and clear, and usually you can kite it into that position. One thing I always do as well is I turn my A's inwards, so I know when I pick them up I can turn them back out and immediately the A's are on top. I'm not going to have any twists in these lines. So the first thing I do is I plug these risers together, and that just makes sure that it's then one continuous loop. If it rolls over like that, it's just a twist that can easily come out. You're not going to be passing these through each other in kind of that kind of direction or anything like that. So plug the risers together, and then rosing up is super easy. You want to pick up the risers like this and just pick a hole. So you could go through there, you could go through there, and just let that rest on your arm like that. When you let the risers hang from gravity, it makes it really easy to collect all of those lines together like that. A lot of people we see on the field are kind of doing this with their arm. Makes it much tougher. Just relax, grab them like that, and then they're all together. So you want to make sure you've got a nice string of them there. Bring your hand in. You want to keep that hand fairly close to the risers. And as you step forward, create a loop, then move your hand back. Once again, create a loop. There we are, our lines are going nicely together. You just want to nice and evenly bring that wing together like that into a nice ball. This makes it easy to carry. So your risers are still separate, they're hooked over your arm. All of your lines are in your hand, and then the wing is in the other. You can just pop that over your shoulder as you kind of walk over to your wing bag ready to pack up. Okay, when you get to your wing bag, you want to make sure it's nice and opened up. You want to make sure the drawstrings are nice and loose, so it's got the maximum kind of opening. And then just grab your wing, and you want to kind of dump it on the middle. Try and get a bit of the air out of those cells, but dump it on the middle. And then you take this hand with your lines in, and you just put the lines on the top like that. Again, you want to keep your risers separate to make sure they're not going to get passed through any lines and not get tangled. So you bring them out to the side like this. You just lay them like that, so your wing's there, your lines are on top, it's all scrunched up ready to go, and your risers are out of the way. From there, you just nice and gently pick up the wing and grab your stuff sack underneath, like so. You can support it with your knee. You just gently tease the wing inside the stuff sack. These stuff sacks are made to be kind of oversized so that it's not putting any undue pressure on the wing. Once you've done that, you can pull these drawstrings slightly tight. Now with the risers, again, it's important to keep these separate. You don't want them getting past any lines. So with a Dudek wing, you can grab them. And then on the inside, there's this nice pocket here, which you can stuff the risers into. And then just as an added safety measure, added anti-tangle measure, you can just take your lines and put them through the carabiner, and that's just going to make sure that they're not going to get tangled now. So again, lines in, you pick up your two drawstrings, want them to be about equal length. You just close them shut, like so. Now this is quite a lot of lead here, so it's quite an easy way to get rid of these. So you can cross over like that, so you create a little loop, and then you want to twist your hand and pick up that line and create a loop, like a slip knot. So if you pull that, that's going to come loose. And you just do that again and again, create a loop, put your fingers through, pick up the line, create a loop, and you just do that over and over again. You pull it nice and tight at the bottom. That just helps the line, helps the drawstring not be too much of a long thing to get tangled up. Really nice. Well, these are super satisfying as well to undo. So if it's tied up like that, you literally just pull this bit and the whole thing comes undone, ready to be released. So again, create a loop, grab the line through, and repeat. Create a loop, grab the line, repeat. Just like so. There we go, simple as that. And then with the Dudek bags, you've got this nice bit of Velcro that goes over the top. Not Velcro, you've got this nice clip that goes over the top. Clip it together, just make sure it's sitting nice. And there we are, ready to go. A nicely packed wing. And then, as I said at the start of the video, because that's rosed up, I can grab the risers out of there now. And if I've got strong enough wind, I can throw it out downwind. And then pretty much the back, the centre of the wing, the leading edge, is going to be facing into the wind. I can pick it up with the A's and then create that wall. It's the nice lazy option. It also makes sure your wing is laid out perfectly into wind and ready to fly. So that's the first method. That's the rosing up method. Next one I'm going to show you with the Ozone is actually how to fold up a wing. So I'm now going to show you the second method to pack away a wing. This is the Concertina method, or the folding method. What we're going to do here is pack it up into a smaller size in case we're going to go travelling, we want to get it in a suitcase, or we're going to go for a hike, maybe doing some free flying, we want to fit it in a backpack because we might have a long walk with it. So first of all, you start off in that same horseshoe configuration that we're used to before we take off. And you can see from the air, nice horseshoe configuration, it's ready to fly, it's ready to go. Now the main difference here is we want to actually flatten out the trailing edge of the wing. So we're going to take our risers, we're going to put them at the centre of the wing here. We want a nice amount of slack. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the left hand one, we're going to separate those lines like so, and we're just going to bring them up and put them on the wing. And the next step is going to be to grab that trailing edge, and pull it out like so. Just make sure the lines are on top of it. We're going to go down the wing towards the tip, and again pull out the leading edge, pull out the trailing edge, and just make sure that all of those lines are nicely placed on top of the wing. So you can see there, a much flatter profile on that trailing edge, and all of our lines on that riser are placed on. Do the same on the other side. So we're going to pick up the lines. Okay, look how different that profile is. So before, it was a horseshoe, whereas now, we've got a nice flat bottom edge to the wing, ready to fold it up. Our risers, again, we want them nice and close in the middle there. So the next step is to actually start folding it. We're going to start here on the left-hand side. And the trick is to concertina it. So what you do there is you pick it up, fold it over and back on itself. And you get this kind of pattern here, where it zigzags. Do the same again, grab both pieces, and fold it in on itself. And you're going to get that nice pattern build up. You want to do that all the way towards the centre of the wing. Now if you're using a big wing like me, there's obviously a lot more fabric, it takes a bit more practice to do. But hopefully, you're going to take it slow, do a fairly neat job. This is something that does take practice though. The first time I did it, this did not work at all. It's only on like the second or third attempt that I was able to fold my wing away nice and neatly. And you'll notice all those lines on that final fold get covered up. I'm just going to go and neaten that up as well. So at the top here, you'll notice all the cells are quite bunched up, which is fine. We're going to sort those out in a minute. So now we're going to go over to the other side and repeat. Okay, the next step is to tidy up the top. So we're going to go from the centre rib and we're just going to start packing. Grabbing in and packing them in like a deck of cards. Just fold them together nice and gently. You're going to notice that trailing edge is going to start sliding up as you do this. But you're just making sure they're all stacked together nice and neatly. They're not going to be damaged or bent any way that they don't want to go. Cool, just like that. And the same on the other side. You're going to pack inwards towards the centre, like a deck of cards, until we reach the end. You can see there, we've got two nice packs of cells, which we can then put together. Okay, so the next stage, we're going to take the neatest side, which is actually this side there, and we're going to fold onto it. So we're just going to make sure that the less neat side is as good as we can get it. And then we're going to take it and we're going to fold it over the top. And we're just going to go from the bottom and make sure that's nice and neat. Tuck in those folds into the centre. Work our way up. So you see that's not looking bad at all at the moment. We've got that tubular shape starting to appear. What we're going to do is, because it's still got a bit of air in it, we're going to grab the risers. We're going to pop those on top like so. We're just going to make sure this is nice and neat. Like that. Okay, and then from the bottom, just going to flip that on top. Again, make sure it's neat. I'm just going to gently push the air out towards the top, like so. See, that's already looking better, already looking flatter. We'll go once more. Again, do this nice and loosely so as not to stretch the wing fabric. I'm just going to gently depress the air out. Make sure that fold is nice and neat, nice and gentle. And then once more over the top. Again, making sure everything's nice and neat. We're not pinching anything too much. We're now going to go over and we're going to get our travel bag, which also has in it our compression strap, which just helps to hold it together. So we're going to make sure that this strap is open. put it over the wing. Okay, so we're just going to take that wing strap, put it at the bottom, just lift the wing on top, like so, and then come over, clip it together, and then really gently tighten that strap down. Okay, cool, so our wing there is then folded, compression strap around it, is ready to go in the travel bag. So we're just going to take that from the bottom, slide it over, and we're going to gently pull the drawstring, and there she is, folded into the wing bag. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We're back soon with another tips and tricks video. In the meantime, stay happy, stay safe, and we'll see you out in the field sometime.